Hey guys, Iggy back again with Dragon Blogger. So we're all basically put in the same situation with a PC. Our car gets a little old. We have a few options. We can either buy a new one. Not everybody has the budget. Overclock it till the point that it could potentially die. So we need to put some super cooling on it. Or just leave it as it is and join the console world. I don't want to be there either. So, my lonely GeForce GTX 660 Ti, my EVGA card. It's been a great card, but now we're by the 980 or the 290 or the 295, or we have all those other nice cards, DX12 even. Can't really do that. I just can't afford to buy anything, bigger and better. But what I can afford to do is overclock the crap out of it, but it's probably going to end up dying. Then I want to have a computer, and I'm going to have to deal with a console. It's fun for like little crappy games, but either way, what you do in that situation, if you don't have the money to buy a new one, you can overclock with pride with this Arctic card. Arctic cooling unit. Cool thing about this, it's passively cooled, so you don't have the fans. So that's really cool. You don't have to hear all that sound because this can get really loud. So let's go ahead and do an unboxing real quick. Alright guys, so here's the box. I'm going to go ahead and open her up for you. Alright. Alright, so this is might get a little heavy, so they included a PCI bracket. This goes screwed into your PCI expansion slots, and so this comes out to the length of the card. Maybe not as far or maybe too far, but you can adjust it and put it in one of these guys, and it's going to hold the card in place in case it gets too heavy. You don't want to break a PCI slot, so they thought of everything. Here are the thermal pads that you place on the memory, on the VRMs, or wherever, so that it actually touches the fins here, to keep everything cool. So pretty nice and cushy. And here are all the other little doodads to connect everything together. I did actually just say doodads. So, and this is for if you have probably a single wide card. You can probably put this on the bottom so that it handles air better, although most newer cases already have the vented expansion card slots. So this might not be needed, so kind of thought of everything there. Right here we can see where the copper pipes touch the GPU, keeping it cool. It already comes pre-treated, probably with S4 or MX4. This is from Arctic, so they're going to use their own stuff. I'll tell you in the review what it comes coated with. Actually, let me just flip her over. Okay. Alright, so this is going to be probably for the back of the card. I just unboxed it, so I don't know anything here. And this is going to be so that when air from your case flows over these fins, it'll keep the back of the card nice and cool. Good stuff there. Instruction manuals to tell you what everything is. This is a little protective film. You can barely see it because it is see-through. That's going to go in between the card and this guy, since this is metal, You don't want to short circuit your card. This will protect against that. Alright. And back to the manual. You'll definitely need this to review this, to learn how to put your card together. Although they typically add a more updated one on their website. You can print that out, or you could just use this. It's probably pretty big. Comes in 4 different languages. Pretty big. And here is the actual bottom part of the cooler. Basically all it is the heat pipes, copper heat pipes, going through the fins. Any and all air that gets collected and blown onto this helps cool down the card. They are spaced a little further so that heat that comes into these little fins doesn't generate more heat onto the other fins. And the copper tubing, of course, is going to help cooling. I don't know how well this is going to do, although they say it's good. You know, of course, I'm going to do a review for you on this. I'm also going to be doing a video installing this onto this. So, and actually, I'm thinking that this might actually be lighter than the whole cooling device on this card. So maybe I won't need this guy that, you know, keeps everything from bending and or breaking your PCI slot on your motherboard. Looks pretty cool. I don't know how well it functions, but of course I'll give you some of that in the review. Their previous generation cooled a ton more cards, but it did have issues with the VRM. This seeks to correct that. Again, it is passively cooled, so you won't have loud fans in the way, making your system more loud. I don't know how well it'll work. Again, I'll test it for you. It is compatible with a ton of cards, you know, both AMD and NVIDIA. This does not use glue or double-sided sticky tape, so that means if you just don't like the way this works, you could pop your fan back on and, you know, it's not going to be a huge hassle. Although I'm thinking Arctic put a lot of work behind this. Pretty sure you'll like it. Or, for example, if you bought another card and this will work on it, you can just easily move it to the other card and put your heatsink and your fan back on the older card. Comes with a 6-year warranty. Says it right here in the box. Of course, if this keeps your card cool, cooler than the stock fan, you can overclock it better. Your card will last longer, or even if you want to keep it at stock speeds, something's wrong with your previous fan, you know, this will be good. Keep your life span on the card up. They do offer, they're called S3 turbo modules that I don't know how you would put them on, but as soon as I find out, I'll let you guys know. Although they did not include it for me, but these turbo modules are, I believe, fans that you put on here that help cool it better. It'll be a little bit louder than this, but I'm sure that Arctic's going to put a lot of work behind it so that they're as quiet as possible. And that's about it. Again, I'm going to be doing testing on the stock fan, you know, temperatures and benchmarks and all that good stuff, and of course to see how much power it takes up. And then of course the same on this. Both are going to include stock speeds and overclock speeds, so we can see just how good this thing is. Alright, this is Iggy with Dragon Blogger, presenting to you again the Arctic Accelero S3, and you'll see more soon. Thanks guys, bye.